and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
It raises a cautionary flag, but I mean, it doesn't really determine whether or not we're going to switch products of what we've been using for as far as I can remember.
A national diaper company is on the defense after a mother's video on social media went viral, claiming glass shards were in a bag of wipes. Thanks for joining us tonight. Mike has the evening off. Other angry parents also took to social media attacking Huggies, showing how claims, founded or baseless, can reach thousands, even millions of people in just a few hours or days. Valley News Team's Macy Enger talks with local parents to find out if they take these posts seriously or with a grain of salt.
Kathy Kerr is babysitting her grandkids. For her, safety on the playground is just as important as what she buys for these two boys.
It makes a huge difference what's safe and what's not safe.
But even though social media is the new word of mouth when it comes to products, Kerr and many parents say they won't take it as the absolute truth.
If it's a product that we purchase or if it's a product that we consider purchasing, then we'll definitely do some more digging if we hear something about it.
See that here?
Thousands of people have seen this video.
That is glass.
A mom says she found what appears to be glass in a bag of Huggies wipes. Even though it started as just one post, a local marketing expert says companies should take all claims against them seriously, especially in this viral age.
If the company is able to respond to that one individual issue or complaint, things can be turned around very, very quickly. If they choose not to and they ignore it, a lot of times that's when the stronger negative backlash can bubble up.
The company issued a statement, something Gottfried says is a step in the right direction.
Most people expect companies to be somewhat human because, of course, they're run by humans, so nothing is ever going to be perfect. But as long as your response is appropriate and reasonable and compassionate, depending on the situation, a lot of people put great respect back into the company.
We use Huggies. It kind of, like I said, it throws up cautionary flags, whatever. Like we were checking the diapers and stuff like that, but I mean, it didn't, like I said, it didn't determine whether or not we were going to stop buying it or not.
For Kerr, it just boils down to keeping an eye on her family.
You're it.
In Fargo, Macy Enger, Valley News Live.
Huggies has not issued a recall, and Target, Kmart, and Cashwise in Fargo say they haven't had anyone try to return the wipes. If parents have concerns about Huggies wipes, they can contact the Consumer Care Team through its website or by calling 1-888-485-6839. The number's on your screen. Well, it's nice and quiet out there, as you can see. Very nice end to the work week, but enjoy it while it lasts. Hutch says storms, some possibly severe, are on the way this weekend. Let's go to our chief meteorologist to get the details. Hutch?
Thanks so much, Stephanie. Outdoors, where we want to be as we enjoy the close of summer, but be wary tomorrow as storms do form in the afternoon. Some could become severe. Now, the main threat is going to be large hail, damaging winds, an isolated tornado or two cannot be ruled out. The best chance of severe weather will come from the areas you see shaded in green here in the Red River Valley to points east as we go through the evening. And here is the latest computer model run. We're going to get you started with this right away so you can plan your Saturday. Temperatures tomorrow rise to around 80. Early afternoon, we're talking between 1 and 3 o'clock. The storms form right over the valley, moving into western Minnesota, and then race out of here. By the time we get to 7 o'clock, most areas will be in the clear as far as the severe weather potential goes, the way things are looking right now. Be prepared for strong storms. Of course, we will be on top of them right here with your storm team and always online at valleynewslive.com. Hour-by-hour details on what could be a very soggy and windy Sunday as well here in a few minutes.
Goodness. Okay. Thanks, Hutch.
You bet.
Well, we now know the name of a man killed in a crash on I-94 last night. The North Dakota State Patrol says 59-year-old Randall Pfeiffer of Buffalo, North Dakota, died after his motorcycle rear-ended a Jeep 2 miles east of Mapleton. He lost control and was thrown from the bike. Pfeiffer was then hit by a third vehicle that was traveling east on I-94. Pfeiffer was pronounced dead at the scene. A local music promoter is trying to change the perception of hip-hop and rap in our area. Tonight, artists stepped back on stage for Spring Jam 18 after they were shut down in June. They are at the Garage Bar in Moorhead for what they call Hip-Hop Redemption. The promoter of the event says they've had a tough time lately booking shows.
You can't judge anybody by the music they play, by their skin color, by the way they dress. because every person is individual. So like instead of pulling the plug before it even gets going, they should give it a chance and just check it out and see what it's all about. You know, like there's rock shows, there's rap shows, country shows, you know, and I'm pretty sure every show is going to have a little problem here, a little problem there, you know.
Spring Jam is tonight and tomorrow at the Garage Bar. It's $10, and the rappers are giving back to the community as well. They're asking everyone who comes to bring canned goods and clothing, and the donations are going to local charities. A local veteran says he now has a roof over his head. On Wednesday, we brought you the story of Ray Allord. The veteran says that he'd been living in his car for 3 weeks. He says he moved out of his Fargo apartment in July, working with the VA to get a place closer to work. Weeks later, he was still waiting for a call back from VA officials. But after our story ran and an outpouring of people offering help on Facebook, he says the VA called him the next day. The program is working to secure him in an apartment in Moorhead that he will have by the 1st of the month. For now, he's staying in a shelter specifically for veterans.
But he finally took notice to see that we are a minority, but we're homeless veterans, and there are more than people realize on the streets.
Now, he says he'll be starting a new job next month, installing siding and working on homes. It's been 11 months since NDSU student Tom Bierson was found murdered in Moorhead. Bierson's parents, Greg and Debbie, still continue to grieve for their only son, but say the healing process led them to create the Tom Bierson Foundation. The foundation's first event is a golf outing Saturday in Sartell, Minnesota, Bierson's hometown. The event is expecting about 300 people. The money raised will go to provide scholarships to students, funding for youth basketball programs, and campus safety awareness. Greg Bierson says the past year has been hard on his family, but they have hope.
We're trying to be able to find a more positive outlook in our life, and some of that positivity is flowing through the foundation, which has really given us a great sense of purpose and hope, and it's been very therapeutic for us to be able to do such a thing for our son.
This year's golf outing is full, but a date's already been set for next year's event. If you'd like to donate to the Tom Bierson Foundation, click on this story on valleynewslive.com. Moorhead police say the investigation into Tom's death is still ongoing and still very active. September 20th marks 1 year since Tom disappeared from an off-campus home near NDSU. He was found dead 3 days later in Moorhead. It was a brutal day on Wall Street today, making the worst week of the year for the major averages. Global markets have come under pressure this week on growing concerns about a slowing Chinese economy and slumping oil prices. Today, the price of oil fell to $40 a barrel for the first time since 2009. Crude heading for its 8th straight down week, the first losing streak since 1986. North Dakota U.S. Senator John Hoeven touches on what exactly this means for our state.
This is why it is so important that we reverse the oil embargo that we have so that we can compete on a global basis. Very important for the continued growth of our energy industry in this country, for job creation, economic growth. And it's important to understand that that actually helps the consumer at the pump with lower gasoline prices.
Hoeven says that's because these gas prices work off the world benchmark, and the more that they produce, the more that we keep at a long-term basis.